There are two words in the English language that I think can define any person on this planet. Those words are victim and victor. And what's interesting about these words is not that they contrast each other. What's interesting to me is that they start the same, but they end differently. And that's the idea behind victims and victors. You can start the same way as someone else, but you can choose to end differently. And victims, well, they'll always be victims, no matter how good the circumstances. No matter how much money they start with, it was always the politics that kept them from moving forward. No matter how many good things were said, it was the one thing that wasn't said that stood out to them the most. If 100 people didn't make the cut and they were one of that 100, they were the only one that was discriminated against, and they could never be good enough, they could never be smart enough, strong enough, or able enough to do anything, because after all, they can't change their family genes. And it was never their fault, it was always yours. Those are victims. But victors, well, victors are cut from a different cloth. You see, they might not actually have enough money. They might not have the right skill. They may not have the right strength or gender or the right skin color or intellectual ability. They might be one of the 100 that didn't make the cut, but that doesn't matter to a victor. See, a victim puts a period where a victor puts a comma. A victim says everyone else is too strong, and a victor says, so let's hit the weight room. A victim says everyone else is smarter than me, and a victor says, then let's hit the books. A victim says I don't have enough time, and a victor says I'm going to sleep less. A victim says I'm a failure, and a victor says I failed, but I won't do it again. A victim says I tried, and a victor says I'll keep trying. A victim will always have to justify his laziness, while a victor will always have to justify his hard work. A victim will ultimately fail, and a victor will ultimately succeed. And a victor is easy to spot. They're the ones who will say, no matter how bad it seems, I can always move forward. A victor believes if I am in this situation, it must be so that I can get better. A victor does not give up, and a victor says win or die trying. A victor may start the same way as a victim, but a victor will not stay that way.